Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here because I cannot believe it. I am honestly shocked. Please tell me what has happened to Katseye. Second off, at this point, does Katseye need to disband? Because please tell me how your leader is now on a hiatus. Okay, first off, we had Manon. Manon left, and everyone assumed it was racial. It still could be racial, honestly. But now Sophia has left. So now we got to start questioning what is wrong with the group Katseye, especially because their new album Wild, I believe it's called. I could have sworn they made an album named Wild. But anyway, this new album that they have, EP that they have recently released, is extremely sexualized. Everyone feels as though Katseye has taken a wrong turn, basically. That they're no longer PG, that they're no longer mainstream in the sense of being culturally intact like they used to be. Now, somebody said, not my credit, but somebody that I saw online said that that Katseye is now just overly sexualized pussycat dolls, and I couldn't agree any more than that, because that's what fruity, especially Daniela. Okay, Danielle. I think once who is running Katseye at this very moment? Because if I had to pick any of the 4 members that we have left, and an article billboard, I think it was, called Katseye, the new quartet group. So that tells you how they're just dwindling down in numbers, right? But anyway, now that there are 4 members, I'm looking at the 4 members there. I'm like, who is the leader? If I didn't know any better, I would really think that the leader that stepped in place is Danielle. Let me know down below in the comments if that's true or not. I have no idea who's leading now that Sophia is gone. So because of that, you would think I would want to do a reading on Sophia and why she suddenly has mental health and physical well-being issues, the same story that Manon gave. And then she was allegedly probably seen on vacation. But then some people were just like, you don't know when those photos were taken. So because of that, yeah. And then Katseye has reiterated that they hands down believe that your mental well-being and your physical well-being should come first before the group, especially when you have heavy, strict schedules. If you need to take time out for yourself, take time out for yourself. I think it's a running joke in the community, but I'm starting to believe it. I honestly think that Sophia dipped because she didn't like where this concept was going. I think she saw exactly the direction that Hype X Gavin is taking Katseye, and she realized why Manon decided to dip way earlier than when she did. I mean, probably a bunch of other reasons as well that piled on top of it, but Manon was the first one to say that she was tired of it. And now it's Sophia that says that she's tired of it. Honestly, I hope Danielle's the next one to say that she's tired of it. But please, can we say Laura? Megan. Megan looks like she's over it too. So could Megan be the next one that goes? I would really hope that Yunjae is the next one to go. And Laura, I just hope they all go. Like I said, Katseye kind of just needs to disband at this point. But my feelings aside, I'm going to do a reading on Katseye to see how do they feel as a group. Do they feel defeated? Do they feel stronger as ever, as they said? So I want to know is their front, are they putting up a front, or is this truly how they are feeling? Because you have to feel some certain way that in not even a span of a year, just in the span of a few months, April, May, June, July, August, 4 months. You didn't even get 6 months. You didn't even get half a year before you lost your second member. So because of that, you got to think and wonder, is it what has happened? Dream Academy became the Nightmare Academy, honestly. So because of that, I just got to pull some cards to see what is going on with Katseye. At first I was going to try to like wear some like animal print to go with their theme that they're going with. I mean, can we honestly talk about how kind of whoever their stylist is kind of styling right? They're doing Laura wrong with these hair colors, but so you know how that goes over there. So you know, she makes it work as she does as usual. But other than that, hold up, this ring wants to fall off my finger. I thought it was going to last on my pinky. Alright. Actually, let's see if it works with my thumb. But yeah, so all of that's going on with Katseye. Oh, actually, okay. Cute. Anyway, so all that being said, what it goes on with Katseye, I just want to pull some cards on them to see how are they as a group, because it's honestly sad at this point. They're starting to look a little bit pathetic, but you know what? I'm here to spread some positivity. Yellow. I was going to try to go with the animal theme print, but I was just like, you know what? Let me just spread some joy. I mean, I'm still in color, kind of. I'm not going to lie, but I just felt like yellow would have lightened up the mood. So let's see. Katseye. With the four remaining members, Megan, Yunche, Laura, and Danielle. How are you guys doing? I'll put this card right here. They're feeling like the Two of Swords, okay? Or are they choosing not to see, or that they're blocking themselves off to? The Two of Wands. Oh, I'm not liking that. Especially because they're a quartet. I'm kind of wondering, is there this, either it could be like the fact that like who they are now, the quartet group, sorry, Billboard, to use your title, basically anybody who doesn't know out there, quartet is just a 4-person singing group. Yeah, I think it's usually particularly for males, but I digress. So this quadruplet of women, you know, you just 4 women that we have left over. It could be Two of Swords, them versus the like 4, and then like this 2 represents the other 4, so it's like a us versus them kind of thing. And this would be like Sophia and Manon, or it could literally just symbolize that with the 4 remaining members, that there could be a split in division where 2 feel a certain way, 2 of Swords, and then another 2 feel like the Two of Wands, so therefore they're clashing with each other at this very moment. I mean, honestly, when you look at some of their videos, especially performing on was it the Jimmy Fallon, Megan and who was it? It was Megan and not Yunche. Yunche surprisingly is keeping it going. We know Danielle is like the face at this point. Laura is still somewhat serving, but I'm trying to figure out, there was somebody outside of Megan that was just kind of looking over it from the comments that I was looking at. It could have been Yunche, but either way, it just there's this just discourse where like no, not really anybody's trying to see eye to eye at this point. Let's see what's at their foundation. We have the Ten of Swords. They truly feel defeated, but you know, they will still rise again because there's still brighter days ahead that they're banking on internally. And that's what's trying to keep them held together. Then here in the past, we have the Four of Cups, which I really like. This not accepting just anything. And that makes me wonder if that could lead to the split and division within the group that we're seeing today. That has brought us to this within the last span of the 4 months, where Manon and both Sophia had to lead. The Four of Cups not just accepting anything, even though they were on contracts. But you know what? They found a loophole in their contract. You could say that they were able to get out of the group without having to violate their contract by saying, oh, I got to take care of my mental, oh, my physical being. We had such a really difficult, it's the same conversation. We had this really difficult talk, and we all came to the conclusion that it was the right thing to do. Same talk. What they say for Sophia was the same thing that they said for Manon. Rinse and repeat, basically. So because of that, that's giving me the Four of Cups kind of energy, where it's just like there's something about the energy around Katseye that seems to be a repellent almost, I'm going to say. But you know what? All up in their head. I like that. The Nine of Cups to triumph over the Ten of Swords. You still feel emotionally content that you're still trying to hold it in. You're still trying to hold down the ship while the ship is sinking in that kind of sense. Like the Ten of Swords is the ship is sinking. So, you're just thinking that it's like game over. How am I going to survive this? Am I going to survive this? Kind of like left or death situation. But then you got the Nine of Cups where, you just kind of accept it, and then you try to think of maybe strategically, you're all calm and collected on the inside. So that way you're able to think a little bit more clearly about what would probably best suit you, kind of thing. That's that tug and pull of the group is falling apart, but we still got to hold it together kind of paradox that I'm feeling. So let's just see what's going on in the future. We have the Lovers. You know what? I really love that for their future because A, it's a major arcana, and B, it symbolizes the Lovers, which is a unity, a coming together, especially after this polarity of the Two of Wands, Two of Swords energy. And like I said, we already have this paradox with the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So because of that, it feels as though Katseye, the energy is giving me tug and war. I think that's where we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands could be the block could be maybe like some other members are looking at the losses, or looking at the other members going on and feeling like they're being left behind. Like, why are you leaving us? What happened? We were a team. We were a sisterhood. Girlhood, hurrah, hurrah. Why are you abandoning us? What happened to our morals? What happened to what we stood on as a group as Katseye? And now you're just abandoning what Katseye was supposed to represent. And then we have the Two of Swords over here where, they're just trying not to like look at it. Just believe them at face value. Oh, it's about their mental health. Oh, we're totally stressed out. We, this, that, and the third. We could totally understand. There's nothing to worry about here. Totally blind to the situation. Don't want to accept the reality, maybe a little bit of a denial kind of thing. So therefore, especially if you got like your other half of your group that is already worried, then you're just like, well, now I got to be the one that shows that, we still got it down and there's nothing to be concerned and worry about. So it's like doing damage control within the group. So, everybody is like, pretty much everybody is their own island at this point. It's like giving Blackpink, but it's not like Blackpink, because you know how Blackpink was. Their 10th anniversary gave individual artists trying to keep it together and coming together. And that's what Katseye is basically becoming. Everybody is basically in their own little world trying to process what is happening. But also at the same time, there is other people that have presumed roles now to help the group stay together and not continue to fall apart. Because like at this point, you got to ask, who's the next member that's supposed to go? Because Sophia's not even supposed to be getting interviewed until September. She left early August. We're in the middle of August as of the recording of this reading, and we still got to go through the end of August. So then what's going to happen on September? At least they gave us a dateline for Sophia. Manon just had an indefinite hiatus, so we don't know when Manon's coming back, but Sophia is allegedly going to be back in September, depending on how we reassess how she's feeling. After all, I guess you would have to check in a little bit more with your leader to discuss what are we doing with a leaderless group. Everybody's a bit scattered. Who's holding down the ship at this point? That's why I'm like, everybody has now presumed roles that they weren't pursuing before, because who was holding down the ship is no longer holding down the ship. Now, I totally get it. The leader's getting stressed out. The group is getting hate because of Manon. If I was Sophia, I would want to check out too at this moment too. So you know what? Nobody in the group can honestly fault Sophia for that on that case. So because of that, it's like, okay, well, now what do we got to do? Who's going to pick up the slack? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? If I'm not mistaken, is Laura the next oldest? So it's like, is the next oldest going to take it? We definitely know it's not going to be Yunche. So it's just like, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Danielle? So because of that, I mean, Megan is like so in the background, but Megan would honestly be a great leader. She has those great leadership skills. She's lovable and all those different things. But like I said, Megan is starting to look a little bit checked out too with this whole situation. Like she's over, and it could be just stressed out schedule for all these girls. But like I said, at this point, it's a taking time of who's going to be the next person to come back, and when is Sophia going to come back, and if Manon comes back. So we got all this going on. So let's just pull some outside influences just to see what is going on within the company Hive X Gavin that's managing Katseye. We have the Four of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the Three of Swords. Then we have the Ace of Cups. I really love that for the future, because it honestly does show that there is some bright hope for Katseye moving forward. Despite the Three of Swords, despite everybody that is sad to see the demise of Katseye, honestly. But Ace of Cups and Wand and the Lovers symbolize that moving forward, there still is some coming together. So there still is some use, and we can go back to that Four of Wands energy. Well, actually, that's really weird, because why are we here at the number 4? Because I'm talking about this coming togetherness, but then the coming togetherness is the Four of Wands, and there's only 4 members right now in the group. So I'm like, in the future, does that mean that they're going to find because the future, I'm going to have to assume, is going to be September when we recheck Sophia and if she's going to be coming back. And honestly, I'm going to have to say what we're seeing like right here a little bit. I think it has all to do with the company. I think the 4 girls that are left, or whoever is still managing Katseye, is, I don't want to say celebrating, but are just focusing on the girls at the very moment. That's all that they can do, because it's time to promote a new album. So because of that, it's comeback season. So because it's comeback season, we just got to focus on these little 4 girls that we got. Not little, but you know what you mean. We went from 6 to 4, so you're looking a little. So we got these 4 little girls, just all. We got to work with this little group. At first it was the crowd, but now we got a group. At first we had a handful, now we got a sprinkle. So it's like dwindling here. So it's like the 4 of Wands. We got to kind of protect it and do what we can, and just keep the hype going on. We can't let the hype die down on Katseye, because people are also talking about how they really hate the who's the target audience for Katseye. The company is losing the plot with Katseye for the audience. The audience is starting to realize that Katseye is not even PG. They went from Game Boy to basically bikinis draped with what we call it. They're not tassels, but basically, yeah, I'm just going to say basically they're in bikinis. Basically, they're like one step away from being naked at this point. So it's like, who's our target audience? We went from Gap sweats to like is it hot girl summer? Like we went from winter to hot girl summer. It's too drastic of a change here. So like the fans are a bit confused about the direction, because Katseye was looking really promising, and then they're promising it's going down the drain, and the down the drain is playing forward through the group. We can see in the members. So we have the high priestess here. So everybody is in deep thought and deep contemplation about what is the next things forward going forth with Katseye. But honestly, if you're not going to be forthright and honest with what you're doing anyway, the high priestess is not going to give you that energy. It's not going to give you that information that you're looking for. No matter how much like inner searching you want to do, or like look, or like take that, or like personify that you're giving, you're never going to reach the depth of the high priestess if you don't put in the if the company, basically, because this is their outside influence, if the company is basically in a high priestess moment, they're trying to figure out how to still manage the 4 girls that they got going on, but also at the same time they're seeing the feedback. The fans are really not happy with some are, some aren't. Some are like, why do we got forced accents? Why are they trying to imitate Brazilian accents? They're just like, they're so multicultural. Why don't you choose something from somebody's culture? I mean, they already touched in Gabriella, so that we already know that they were more Latin. That's why I'm just like, are they going more towards Danielle? That's why I'm like, there's too much favoritism. High priestess. There's just too much layered going on with the way the company is managing them. And the 3 of Swords is showing it that it is starting to affect the company in branding sense when it comes to Katseye. But Ace of Cups, there's still hope in the future because there is still love. Katseye seems to still have a touch with their fan base, those diehards from the very beginning. I'm kind of one of them. I mean, for the 2T, it's kind of okay. I'm not going to lie. Am I going to listen to it on repeat? No. But when it pops up on my TikTok and I see Katseye perform, am I going to watch it on my feed? Yes. So because of that, like, I'm loosely following Katseye. They lost me when Manon left. So because of that, now that Sophia's left, I'm kind of a little bit more invested because I just want to know what the direction of Katseye is going at this point. But, you know, they do have some decent music, but still the fans are starting to hate that too. They were already starting to feel like Katseye were just glorified influencers and less of musicians. So because of that, we're starting to lose the plot of now they're just like dress up dolls and we're just putting them in any type of concept, just dropping them any kind of wear because they're multicultural, so they pretty much fit in every sort of box and they can do pretty much anything and everything. So let's be experimental. So like it's like High X Gavin, like where High Priestess 3 of Swords energy, where is your idea and direction that you're going? What was your vision for Katseye for it to get to this place? But hey, Ace of Cups symbolizes that there's something, I guess, underneath their sleeve. We'll see, but it's going to be very emotion moving forward for everybody with Katseye, and that's honestly sad. But, you know, I'm just going to pull some cards because, yes, I do have to talk about the elephant in the room, Sophia gone. So, you know, I got to pull some cards on that. If I pull cards on Manon, of course I'm going to have to pull some on Sophia. Sophia's was just so abrupt and puzzling. So because of that, let's just see. Sophia, why did you need a break from Katseye? Okay. First card, we have unexpected income. Okay. We have a child. Okay, this is interesting. And then we have a dice. Okay, this is very interesting. Very interesting because the unexpected income has me a bit puzzled because usually unexpected incomes are a great thing. But in the sense of you leaving your group, it's like, did somebody unexpected income, not saying that somebody in the group got a raise, but we can see as fans through marketing who they're trying to push in the group. Some members have fallen behind the scenes, and then other members are pushed before our faces constantly, like they're trying to like shove these members down our throats and make us love them kind of sense. Like they're the face of the group. Like every group has a face, a visual, yes, but this is like almost favoritism level, and that's what I'm getting with this unexpected income. Not that somebody is getting paid more, but there is an unexpected favoritism. There's an unexpected favorite. There's something that is not just balanced, where everybody feels like they are all worth income. They're not all feeling like they are worth the same. There's other people that are getting more screen time, getting more lines. It's a group of girls, like they say wild, meow, rawr. So because of that, the girls are fighting. So like all those different things going on with Katseye. We got the unexpected income. Not saying that's just like jealousy or stuff like that, but it can get and weigh on your mental. And then we have child here, which doesn't literally mean a child. It can symbolize the fact of doing things when you feel in the sense of naive. They all started this young. So because of that, they all grown before the camera. And this could symbolize the dice, the chances that Sophia took when she first initially got into the group. And now that she's been in the group for a couple of years now since Dream Academy, it's like the veil has been finally unleashed for her in a sense. So my question is, all that now because that's the only reason, that's the only way I can see how the child and the dice, taking those chances, taking those risks when you're not particularly the fool, but when you don't know better, or when you're taking something in your first steps in your baby and you're just figuring things out. And then as you get more seasoned, you start realizing that there are things that you weren't privy to prior to all of this. And we already knew that from the very beginning, when they did not disclose, and all the people that were in Dream Academy, that this was going to be a contestant show. So because of that, that's what I said from the beginning. What really did these ladies sign on to when they became Katseye as a group? What was hidden in those fine details? So because of that, I want to know just one more question before I go. Is Sophia going to return to Katseye in September? That's what I want to know specifically. I usually don't do predictions, so I just want to know, will Sophia be returning in September? We have fish. We have a pathway. And we have a dog. Okay. Well, what I see here, it paints the picture of pathway just... Actually, because it's right here in the middle, I could feel like Sophia is a bit torn in between of coming back. Should she go out and seek other things? Plenty of fish, plenty of opportunities. I've had Katseye, I've all this, that, and the third. I mean, I'm not saying that she can just abandon her contract just like that, but like I said, like Manon found a loophole how to get out of promoting with Katseye. There is a loophole that Sophia has also taken. It only takes one for others to follow. So because of that, Sophia now has found a little loophole. And we know that Manon is out here promoting with like MTV UK and other companies while still on a hiatus from Katseye. So because of that, Sophia can go down that path. She could go down that path of seeking other endeavors outside of Katseye. Or she could seek the path of being loyal and coming back and being the true leader that she is, and coming back to lead Katseye, because it's Katseye till do us part, to death do us part, basically kind of thing. And be that like girlhood sister rah kind of thing. So it's like that torn in between of, should I come back? Should I not? What should I do? So it seems like in September, if she does come back, we know a choice that she made. But if she doesn't come back, she's still in contemplation and what to do forth next. And that could just simply be because, like I said, in the outside influences in the company, it's the high priestess. There's a whole lot of thoughts going on. And like I said, moving forward for September, even though it's the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups, emotional new beginnings, especially after some heartbreak and turmoil and letdowns and disappointments, we still have lovers, we still have a sense of positivity. So all that symbolizes that It's possible, but also at the same time, the show must go on. So Catseye's got to keep going, even if it's just 4 of them. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please leave your comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't gave it a thumbs up already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Become a beautiful sunflower and spread those beautiful sunflowers and light, positivity, energy out here. So that, especially for Katseye, because they look like they need it bad. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. And you know what I say before I go? Hype, hype, hype us up. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe to us. And don't forget to thumb us up. Hey, sunflowers.